Today we're going to see a very strange ancient temple in South India. The temple houses something very unique. Some people think this is an underground well. Some people think there's something hidden underground inside the structure. From the air on the eastern side of the temple complex, we can see a mysterious keyhole-shaped structure. There is a long rectangular structure and there is a circle on one end. This looks very similar to a modern-day keyhole. What is this structure and why is the circle covered with a metal fence? When I walked towards the temple entrance, my initial thought is that this structure does not look like a temple at all. It is a square structure made of granite without the typical pyramid-shaped towers. There's something strange about this place which needs to be investigated. When I entered the temple complex, I saw several sick people praying inside as they believe they could be healed by the energy from this temple. When I walked towards the underground structure, I was surprised to see that not only was the circular part of the structure fenced, even the rectangular structure has a metal gate, and it is also locked. When I peeked through, I could see there are steps going inside, probably about 100 feet below ground level. Where do the steps lead? What will I find? More importantly, I was told the keeper who has the key for this gate has left for the day, so it is impossible to access this. Inside the structure, there are solid granite steps which are many centuries old. The walls have been renovated with bricks and mortar recently. There are dried leaves and trash on these steps. No one has used them in many months. What is on the other end? Will it lead me to an underground tunnel which has ancient secrets? There is also an arch on top which probably housed some kind of an idol or even a device. As I went deeper, I could finally see something on the surface. It is water. My camera is messing up because of low light. When I finally reached the end, I could see a diamond shape cut inside a square. It is filled with water. There is a large cylindrical structure built around it which goes all the way to the top, to the ground level. Is this merely a water well? If so, why the complicated keyhole structure? Even more importantly, what is the need to put gates and locks on all sides so no one can access it? There's some strange energy in the waters. It feels amazing to be here. There's definitely something which we do not understand. To understand this better, I decided to learn more about the temple. When I spoke to the locals, I realized that this complex was originally not built as a temple at all. It was a secret place where the general public was not allowed to enter. This was a place where only Siddhars could enter and work in complete secrecy. Who are the Siddhars? Siddhars are saints who invented various medicines and practiced alchemy. This was the place where medicines and strange chemicals were prepared and people with serious diseases were cured. This is why it does not have the regular look of a Hindu temple. Only in the last few hundred years, the site has been opened to the general population and has turned into a regular temple. It is known as Marundiswarar Temple, which literally means Temple of Divine Medicine. But there is something much more interesting than this. The temple has a flag post which is said to emit some kind of mysterious radiation. At the base of the post, there is a small rectangular pit which is filled with a type of dust. This soil or dust is considered medicine, a curative powder which can heal many diseases. People who visit the temple take the dust home. Farmers take some of this before they start farming and put it in their farmland for bigger and better yields. All this sounds amazing, but how can soil or dust in the site magically acquire medicinal properties? I mean, what did the Siddhars do here? Nearby, there is a small cemetery where various Siddhars are buried. This place is considered a spiritual site, and many people come here and perform meditation. There are many Siddhars who lived here, as we are able to see many of their tombs. The Siddhars have a tradition of apprenticeship, and they were taught how to mix various herbs and chemicals to create different compounds. Originally, the Siddhars placed a large cylinder called Aushadhalingam inside the underground structure, right in the middle of the water. This cylindrical lingam was not made of stone, but was made of 9 types of chemicals which are poisonous if consumed individually, but when fused together have great healing properties. The chemicals which made up the lingam would very slowly dissolve in the water, making the water have healing properties. This is why this entire structure is known as Aushadha Tirtham, which means healing waters. Siddhars would take this water every day and pour it into the rectangular pit, and the wet soil would retain the medicinal properties. So this is the actual science behind how Siddhars magically turned soil into medicine. The Siddhars even took patients who were in serious condition into the underground Keyhole and even bathed them in this water. Of course, the lingam itself has vanished. Either it collapsed due to centuries of dissolving in water, or people stole it for personal greed. No one knows. And remember, I initially questioned about the strange shape of the underground structure. Why is it designed like a keyhole? Now we can understand why it was designed like this. If there was a large cylinder which acted as a lingam, this entire keyhole shape was designed as a yoni. In Hinduism, the lingam, the cylinder, is always complemented with a groove around it. If you look at any lingam and yoni from the top, you will see the same shape. It will look like a keyhole. Finally, why is this underground structure kept under lock and key? I mean, since the lingam is gone, why is everyone prohibited from accessing it? Locals claim that while this water acts as medicine to sick people, it is also dangerous for healthy people. It is reported that the water here is unusually heavy and normal people get really sick if they drink it. Locals say that goats or cows may enter this well and drink this water and end up with serious ailments because the water is too heavy. This is why it is locked on all sides. Water becoming heavy? This looks like mumbo jumbo, but when I researched this, I found something unbelievable. Normal water is H2O, but there's something called heavy water, which is D2O, also known as deuterium oxide. Normal hydrogen atom is just made of one proton and one electron, but in heavy water, there is a neutron that gets added to it, making it twice as heavy. Today, we are able to produce heavy water in labs. But if you look at the effects of heavy water, you will be shocked because they're telling us the same effects as what the locals here are talking about. If a person is healthy and consumes heavy water, he will become sick. However, the reverse is also true. Scientists have now discovered that for people with serious illnesses such as cancers, consuming deuterium actually heals them. Perhaps we could find more if we dive into the water. Perhaps the lingam is still in there. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will talk to you soon in a completely different video. Bye.